Hello, this is Lucy Hafen. I am going to walk you through the website that I have created that supports parents and educators that support individuals with autism. And the reason why I chose the name Seeing Autism is my mother and 3 siblings and my daughter all have autism, and possibly myself too, but it's taken a long time to realize this, and I think that certain preconceived notions of what autism is might hinder someone from seeing how autism can manifest itself differently in different individuals, especially in girls. And so I wanted to highlight that in my experience. And I do have a couple of quotes at the front that speak to some of the feelings that people with autism might experience, and helping those who would like to understand more about what that's like, just giving a good visual. I am a believer in visuals for sure. And so the first place we're going to go to is the characteristics of autism. And here I have addressing the core challenges. I have some information about sensory challenges, neurological, communication, behavior, and social skills. And just a reference there at the bottom. The next page that I have is for assessment using evidence-based practice. Using the DSM-5 criteria, I highlight some important things that are noted in autism and how it is diagnosed. Problem behavior is something that is most looked at when we're talking about autism. And so there are 3 levels of autism. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 3 is often referred to as severe, and level 1 might be referred to as, like high-functioning autism or even Asperger's. And then there's a flow chart here that I've included to help understand the screening process. And I've listed some evidence-based assessment tools here, and some steps for conducting an FBA, and how that is critically important for many students who suffer with severe behavior challenges as a result of their disability or potential area of disability. And I have some information here about some speech and language assessments, assessing social skills, sensory needs, supports and services for autism, and some more websites and references. The next page that I have included was the interventions for evidence-based practices. And I go over the definition, and then I target the cognitive characteristics first, and I have listed 2 evidence-based practices that are utilized quite often for those cognitive pieces. And then for behavior characteristics, I highlighted 4 more. It's been interesting. This year I have taught a Montsevier class at the same time as my resource class. So I've been utilizing some of the discrete trial training and the differential reinforcement and the TEACH system, in addition to some of the video modeling and some other practices that I more typically use in a resource environment. So it's been exciting to see how that works and learn a little bit more about it. And with the communication, I also learned a lot about PECs this last year. That was pretty interesting. And visual supports, I thought I knew that visual supports were important, but I don't think you could ever underestimate the need for visual supports and how critical they are. So I was excited to hone my skills throughout this entire process, but especially with that. With social characteristics, play groups, social skills training, fine-tuning these with the fidelity that is expected in evidence-based practices is very important. And so I do appreciate that focus in this program that I've been going through to learn about autism. And we're going to move on to the next website next page, which is this one. Teaching learning behavior strategies for students with ASD. So more going over language and how those evidence-based practices, FCT and scripting, can support that. Same for cognitive. With each piece you have a little bit of a definition and then some evidence-based practices that support those areas with references. And for latest research, I've included some articles that I've found to be profound. So they're here. And for supports and services, collaboration really is critical, and it's important to have a good relationship with your other team members. So I do have the team members listed here. For someone that might not be familiar with all the potential IEP team members, it's good to have kind of a bird's eye view of what each specific role entails, so that they can be able to make the most of that collaboration, parents and team members. For the structured learning environment, I included a map of my dream classroom setup and describing some of the research behind some of the essential elements that are in here, and also some going into the breakdown of the characteristics, visuals, independence, student space, self-regulation area, schedules, of course, all very important pieces for that. And of course, some national and community support resources here. And then the last is my contact page, just a little bit about me and my school. And thank you so much for watching.